welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for unboxing and review. Now you can probably see here it says Mr. Cyprus, mrcyprus.com.tw. They have since rebranded to Cyprus, which I kind of prefer the name Cyprus, although it also confuses me with Cyprus, the country. So, but this is a pen that I purchased. It was the end of 2024, and you'll see why. This is a spectacular pen. So I think let's take the sleeve off here. I'm going to have to remove it from camera because it is a little tight. And then you have essentially the box here, which is, I like that they do this with the boxes. These do actually have magnetic polars here, so you can actually have that just magnetized to the box, the lid. So really nice. I like the idea of that. And then you'll see there's nothing on the bottom of it. If I lift that lid off, you'll see one of two things. You'll see essentially a pen kimono here, and this is a really beautiful kimono. I'm going to remove this, and you can see here this is really, really beautiful. It does have this little loop here that goes over the sort of, I want to say button here, but it's actually, yeah, it just holds it tight. And then there is inside it, just to, if I can push this out, you get a little bit of a tube here just so that it actually holds its shape. But this is quite a nice little pen kimono. I do like these from Mr. Cyprus. They are very, very nice, but I do find that getting that loop over there is a little bit on the tricky side, but still I can do it. So actually I'll put that back in here, and then you have the pen. Now if I remove the pen, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to remove this out of the way as well, and you'll see here this wonderful pen. So this is the Cyprus end of year 2024, and it's the Maki-e dragon, and I keep calling this the Rawdon dragon. Technically it's not Rawdon. Rawdon is normally when you have abalone shell, but it was called the Maki-e dragon. This really is a beautiful pen. Like with all Cyprus or Mr. Cyprus pens, there are only 5 normally made, and this one sold out very quickly, and I think you can see why. The amount of artwork that the artisan has done on this pen, the amount of detail is absolutely stunning. Now, this actually, I think, went live on Boxing Day, so the day after Christmas, the 26th of December. And a friend, Joe, messaged me. I was scrolling through Instagram. I saw it as well. And he very quickly messaged Celine at Cyprus and said he wanted one. I very quickly added it to my cart because I know how quickly these will go. And I added it to my cart. And then in between that and it selling out, there were 2 more people, I'm guessing, that bought these. And then another friend, Bill, bought one. It looked as though it sold out, but I think somebody had reserved it and then decided not to buy it. So Bill was really lucky to get one as well. So out of our sort of our online pen club, our Zoom club that we have on a regular basis, there were 3 out of 3 people in that club bought this pen out of the total of 5 pens available. Absolutely stunning pen. You can see though the dragon here, the dragon head. It's just amazing amount of detail, and you got this red as well that loops round. It really is just beautiful. I wanted to say that was its tongue, but it's not. I think it's fire here. But yes, it really is a stunning piece of artwork. It's a little bit on the shorter side of pens to what I'm normally prefer. I've got some others similar size, like the Maki-e Goldfish, like the Rada Mosaic number 4. I would prefer this in a longer or maybe slightly more girthier size. It wasn't available in that, so I decided just to pick it up as it was. Now, the difference with this one is they did a special dragon nib on this, and I really do like that. Initially, these were only selling with fine nibs, but they did say if we wanted a medium or a broad, we could have it. So they obviously had those in stock. I actually said, could I have a medium or could I have a broad? And I got a broad. So I'm guessing they probably didn't have many mediums, or probably 4 other people were asking for mediums, or at least, well, no, maybe 3 actually. But yeah, this is really nice. It's got an ABS plastic feed on it. Like with all Cypress pens, it is a cartridge converter there. And you do have this tool here. So basically, if you don't know with Cypress, and I'm going to see if I can do this. Actually, there you go. If I rotate the converter, you see the nib is rotating. So what this thing does here is that it allows you to effectively align the nib up easily with the pattern. So like I can realign that if I wanted to, twist it around there a little bit. And I can do that. So it just matches up perfectly. And I really like that. I've not seen anybody else doing this with a pen before. I think it's a great idea. In terms of length, you can see here that the pen is actually not a bad size in my hand. It could be a little bit larger. Can I post a cap? Yes, I can. It's not really going to post too deeply, maybe a little bit, but it's not that secure. So yes, you can post that cap, but I particularly wouldn't normally, because of I wouldn't want to mar this beautiful work of art finish there. But it is actually a decent sized pen. Unfortunately, like I said, these are long sold out, and typically when Cypress get a pen like this and they bring it out, they will only do 5 of these, and once they are sold out, they are sold out, and typically they don't bring them back. So from that perspective, it's a really good pen. Very, very unique limited edition one of 5, and I'm very glad I added that to my collection. So I think with that, we'll do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full size of the pen, we are looking at about 137 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking at 60 millimeters in length. And then if I unscrew the cap, and we'll do a size check for the body, from the tip of the nib or tip of the tines, we are looking at about 125 millimeters in length. So not quite a oversized pen. Normally I say about 130 or 132 millimeters is oversized. But you can see here, it's actually still fairly comfortable in my hand. It's not too short. I want to say it's not too thin. I probably wouldn't want to go any thinner in terms of the section. But this really, really is beautiful. And I need to show you something here. I only just realized it. Like, I know that there was like the eye painted here on the dragon. I didn't actually realize that its nails on the claws had been painted as well. That is quite an amount of detail. Very, very much reminds me of a Namiki Emperor, but this is obviously a lot smaller. So I think with that, let's do a weight comparison. Now, I think this might try and roll away, so I'm going to have to probably try and stop it. Oh no. So the full weight of the pen is just under 21 grams in weight. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 5.5 grams. So that is a very lightweight cap. And then the weight of the pen, and this is where it probably will try and roll a bit, 15 grams exactly. So it is quite a light pen. It's not a heavy pen. But although I like heavy pens, I also don't mind lightweight pens. But you could just see that this is an amazing work of art. Very glad that I saw it when I did. FOMO would have kicked in if I had missed out on this one. So I'm very sorry if any of you saw this one and you thought, oh, I wouldn't mind buying that, and then by the time you went to buy it, it was sold out, because they did go very quickly. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Conway Stewart, and this is the Chatworth. We have a Visconti Opera Master, and this is the Savannah. We have an Anoto University of Oxford Vermeil. We have a Cypress, and this is the Maki-e Goldfish. We have the Cypress Maki-e Dragon. We have a Visconti Opera Master Antarctica. We have a Visconti Leonardo da Vinci Machina. We have a Montegrappa Game of Thrones Winter is Here. We have a Visconti Last Templar Jacques de Molay. And we have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen. So I think now let's go and do a writing sample. So this is the Cypress, and it is the Maki-e, and it is the Dragon. And if you don't know, in the Chinese or Asian culture, 2024 was the year of the Dragon. And then if the actual nib in here is a broad nib, and this is an 18 karat gold nib. The ink in here today is Diamine Ochre, which is a favourite of mine. I might put another ink in here. I've been inking up quite a bit with Diamine Ochre recently. In terms of line variation, I'd say it's probably closer to a Western medium to broad. If I push it a bit harder, I'm definitely seeing a broad here. And you can see the line variation here. And if I continue the vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips, which tells me that this nib is tuned extremely well. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. And we'll do a horizontal pass. So, this nib is quite a wet writing nib. However, I would say it's almost of a fire hose nib, but the cross strokes are a little bit dry, and you do find that sometimes on nibs. This one probably just needs to be flossed a little bit more to open up those tines, and then the cross or the horizontal stroke here, smear test, would actually be wetter at that point. Am I going to do that? Probably not, because I actually find that this pen actually writes quite wet as it is. I don't think I need to make it write wetter. But this, for me, is a lovely pen. What do I like? What do I not like about the pen? I like that it's a Cypress pen. I like that it's an ebonite underneath the pen. It's a Maki-e pen. It's got a huge amount of artwork on this pen. It is a spectacular display of artwork. I like that it's an 18 karat gold nib. I also actually, I was hoping for a medium nib, but I also deep down knew that I didn't have a broad nib from Cyprus. So I kind of hoped it was going to come with a broad nib, and it did. So I'm glad from that perspective. What do I dislike about this pen? Nothing really. The only thing is, I guess for everybody else, it's a limited edition run of 5. Once it's gone, and it has sold out. Now they might show up on the used market at some point, but unfortunately, you're not going to see many of these on the used market with only 5 made. But Personally, there's nothing I dislike about this pen. Well, actually, probably there is. Probably the size. I did mention that the size. I do prefer slightly longer, slightly girthier pens. If I had the choice, I probably would have gone with something that was a little bit closer to 150 millimeters long and a little bit more girthier, maybe 15, 16 millimeters around the diameter of the body and the cap. But I know that that would have increased the price a lot more. So I'm very glad that actually I bought it as is. And I am just going to love writing with this pen and having it in my collection. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Cypress Maki-e Dragon in a broad 18-karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye-bye.